Market failure, public transportation in Lyon.
The context. The public transportation in Lyon is a monopoly from a company called TCL Cytrail. This company offers the metro, bus, and tram services. Currently, the people in Lyon have strongly protested against the company. As a result, many of the lines and services have been perturbed and people are getting affected by these changes. What caused the market failure? The main reason of the market failure is the bad and efficiency service that TCL offers. TCL is the only company to offer these services. It's a monopoly. To add up to the bad regular service, the prices are a bit expensive. A single ride ticket can cost up to €3 each, which is ridiculous knowing that there are other cities that offer better services free of charge. Buses are sometimes late, and on rush hours, buses are really full. Sometimes you have to wait up to 20 minutes in order to get a spot on the bus. Oh, and the most common scenario is a standing spot. In the metro, it is the best service of all. They run frequently on time. The problem is that there are a lot of times are closed and there is a changing schedule. The trams, they have the same problem as the metro.
We've decided to show our graph as a negative externality of production, which is the production of the bus tram services getting having problems due to strikes and lack and underconsumption of the services. Now, our graph and application to market failure. So an economic ramification of this failure is the loss of income for TCL Citroën, the company, as people are not buying tickets and therefore an income is not being made. Also, a social ramification is the damage caused by the inefficiency of the system. People get to school and work late and have to deal with very uncomfortable trips such as taking detours and buses and different routes, for example, which can get quite confusing. Also, this can be considered as a negative externality as drawn in our graph, as the cost of strikes affects the public negatively and the social cost is higher than the private benefit. For the community, the biggest issue is the disruption of transport, as many people in Lyon, for example, rely on public transport as there is a lot of traffic, there is a dense population, and there are many cars. Also, so in this failure is also quite irritating for people who do not have access to a car or they rely heavily on public transport due to the amount of traffic when they go to work. Now, buses are a good solution, but they also have to deal with traffic. There are also trams in Lyon. However, trams are not as accessible and as widespread as the buses are. Other options like taxis and Ubers and just going into someone else's car, for example, are also quite inefficient and are still harmed by the public transport lacking here. Also, as TCL is the only company that offers public transport in Lyon, there is no other option as to other companies offering public transport. For example, in buses in Sydney, other companies, privately owned companies, run. Also, social movements and protests in the middle of Lyon can also negatively affect people that have nothing to do with the subject or do not take interest in public transport or use it. So, actions taken by the government or the community. So, the company has been offering alternate bus services as replacement for the metro and affected bus services as well. However, bus services still face traffic with cars, trucks, and other things crowding the roads. Also, the community has taken action in small protests. However, these have not come to much use, and the company/government run system is still facing issues due to social movement. Now, another problem as well is the social movement is not clearly defined in this state, so we are not 100% aware of the fact of what is going on. Also, the government themselves, the state has not said much. We do not have much of an idea what's going on. We have simple clues, but we do not have much of a view on what is happening and what this social movement is about. Now, these movements have been successful to a large extent, and people have been using these alternate methods because they still need to get to work or get to school, for example. However, there are still inconvenience caused to the community, which is people getting late for school or people having to take detours, getting more tired, for example, losing concentration. There are a lot of things that can happen due to the lack of services available to the community due to this market failure.